How's it going, guys? We are here coming to the end of the course. So far, we've been through everything it takes to trade successfully. We've spoken about psychology, we've spoken about risk management, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis as well. We've spoken so far quite a bit about trading, developing a trading plan, and actually putting together your strategy onto paper, something that you can refer to and something you can treat as your business plan. So in this video, we're going to talk about tying it all together and actually pulling together what we've spoken about so far in this chapter. So we know now to succeed for the long term and to follow our strict processes, we all need to create a trading plan. So you need to create your very own personal trading plan. This trading plan needs to include risk management, targets, and processes. So it's going to include everything from how to actually manage your capital, to the targets you're going to be trying to achieve, and the fundamental and technical processes that you're going to use in order to get where you want to be. This trading plan is going to be treated as your dead set business plan, okay? So just as any other business plan would form if you were starting, an e-commerce company or any other company, it's a strict plan that you have to stick to, right? We cannot treat trading as just, something not serious, right? We have to take this really seriously and we have to be really strict with ourselves because at the end of the day, this is a profession like any other. So this trading plan that you put together is going to be treated as your dead set business plan to follow day in, day out, routines, processes, and rules. It's something you can refer to regularly, be it daily, weekly, or perhaps just, monthly, or give it reviews when you feel you are straying away from your plan. But having this plan together gives you something to refer to, something to review, that's going to realign you with your processes and realign you with what works. Sometimes our mind can drift away, but if we have this trading plan, it stops us straying onto new strategies, and it also puts in place that discipline. We know that if we break our plan, we've done something wrong. We can give ourselves a slap on the wrist and we can go back in with a new layer of discipline to stick to the processes, the rules laid out in our trading plans. So when it comes to actually putting together your plan, this video is going to cover a few different things to consider. So we want to keep it simplistic, right? When we make our plan, we want to make it short and sweet. We don't need paragraphs full of information. Simple is best. If we have bullet points showing processes, rules, simple sentences, single sentences is all we need. You only need to cover the key information, right? You don't need to go too in depth with all, every single step of the process. I'm talking in terms of every different candlestick pattern, etc., etc. You only need to cover the key information that is going to, really resonate with you and get you by. So a no BS approach, very simple, short and sweet, but very, very effective, and including all of the information that we're going to need to refer to in order to succeed. So keep it simplistic and make your trading plan easy to amend and easy to refine as you go, because the trading plan is something that we'll consistently refine as we go. Things are going to change. We will incorporate, slightly different ideas. We may, you may have different views on how certain things work to me and my personal experiences. For example, your experience with inside bars may turn out different. I know that some people do use inside bars different to me, so that's an example that comes to mind. Simplistic trading plan, this bullet point kind of style is going to make it easy to amend and refine as you go on your own findings and your own market experiences. So keep it simplistic. That is going to be the best approach for, understanding it, keeping up with it, and then refining and changing it when you need to. So one of the first things we will outline in the trading plan, as we mentioned early in this chapter, is the capital, right? This is the first starting plan. Just as if you were making a business plan, you would put together your assets, your capital. That's what we want to do here. How much are you going to be trading with? Okay. Are you trading with $100? Are you trading with $1,000? Are you trading with $10,000? This is the first step. managing that capital and putting that capital down on paper into your plan. How much are you going to be trading with? And then will you be topping up your account as you go, right? Do you have another source of income, employment, your own business, something like this, that you can actually use the capital to top up your account regularly, monthly perhaps, or will you not be topping up your account? Will you be working solely on compounding? And how are you going to manage withdrawals when you make your profit? Are you going to withdraw weekly, monthly, or are you going to withdraw by percentages? So will you withdraw at the end, a specific day, end of every month? Or will you withdraw when you hit, say, 10%? Will you withdraw 7% of your profit and keep 3 in there to compound or something like this, right? So these are all things you need to consider. How much you're trading with, how much will you be depositing over time, and how are you going to manage those withdrawals when you do make your profit? Risk management is the first real thing after we've spoken about capital to actually consider and put down on paper. This includes outlining your risk percentage per trade, outlining your risk reward strategy. So that whole strategy of going for, risking $1 to make 2, to make 3, to make 4. What is your risk reward strategy? What are you going to be aiming for? And then what are you actually going to risk per trade in order to get you there? In the risk management section, I also recommend outlining your loss cutoff points, right? So as we spoke about a couple of videos ago, if you lose X amount per week, X amount per month, make sure you are actually managing this and cutting off that loss before it gets out of hand. On the flip side, we want to then look at targets. Just as any other business is going to manage their capital, manage their risks, they're also going to be primarily focusing on targets, right, and achieving targets. So targets are a big factor in the trading plan, and what we want to do is outline your percentage goals per week, per month, per year, and then, as we've mentioned as well with the limits and the guidelines, outline your profit cutoff points. If you make X amount per week, will you cut off trading, enjoy your weekend, and accept that profit, right? If you have this down in your plan, it stops you getting greedy, it stops you getting cocky when you have good weeks, and it will allow you to actually hold on to your profits better than if you don't outline things like this. Trading processes is probably going to be the bulk of your trading plan, right? It's useful to include routines. Are you going to use weekends for analysis? The week for trade execution, right? That's something personally I do. I'll carry out all my analysis Sunday evening or Monday, depending on if I expect it to be market gaps or just if I'm busy, whatever. Weekends for analysis, and then the week I will actually then spend referring to the analysis I've already carried out and execute as we go, right? Doing this means my analysis is already prepped. It gives me more free time in the week. And it also means that I'm not trying to chase the market. I have my levels set and I wait for them to be met in order to actually go and execute my trades. So think about your weekly routine and your daily routines for your actual trading work. That could also actually include things like psychology, meditations, anything like that. If you want to include things like that, exercises before you actually get on the charts each day or each weekend, whatever. So trading processes, the big part of the plan, when we've spoken about routines, when you've prepped your routines, is going to be outlining your different trading processes. So this is going to include outlining your fundamental analysis plans. So how are you going to be carrying out your fundamental analysis? And how will you keep on top of this? Is this something you're going to do, or are you going to focus solely on the technicals? When you have your fundamentals prepped, your fundamental plan down, you can actually then outline your technical processes and consider what it is that you're going to do when it comes to actually, taking those technical approaches, taking those technical steps to the market. That includes outlining your entry criteria, your trade management plans, and your exit strategies. You want to incorporate risk management into the technical process as well. So make sure you're including the other areas, the psychology and the risk control areas into your actual technical processes. So that is really all the major factors of the trading plan that you're going to want to put together. Now, I've included here an example PDF, so you can actually go and view that and see the kind of examples that are in there. It's a real life look at the kind of plan you should be developing, so that'll give you a really good idea. Definitely use that as a guideline. It's going to include everything as well, so of course if there's anything you've forgotten to include, it will be in there, and it's going to give you just basically a surefire way to go ahead and develop your own plan, right? There's a trading plan template as well, so if you want to print that off and use it, or download that and use it, go for it. But you may want to just develop your own, online, rather than having one written out. So it's there if you want it. If not, you can use that template and you can use that example as a guideline to actually then go and create your own. So that is pretty much all for this video. We are coming very, very close to the end of the course now. What I want you to do is use everything you've learned so far to actually devise your own trading plan. And from there, go ahead and conquer the markets, all right? So there will be one final video to the course where I just want to say thank you and also talk about a few things as well in terms of anyone who wants follow-up education, mentoring, anything like this. But as far as it stands with the trading plans, go away now with the examples and prep yourself. Prep your trading plan, your business plan, and make sure you have your processes down, right? Everything we've learned in the course so far, I want you to back test that. If you haven't already done so, you should be journaling everything, back testing everything, and really should nearly be ready to actually conquer the markets with the knowledge you've learned. So thank you for watching. Make sure you do your homework, make sure you prep your trading plan, and I will see you over in the last video.